7 more days for talks. This is the ruling given by the Court of Appeal today. Doctors have been given another week to negotiate with the government and reach a deal. Which way, KANU? Are they going to support NASA or Jubilee? We're going to find that out today as KANU's National Executive Council meets today. This and more stories here on KTN Newsdesk. Good afternoon. Thank you very much for joining us here. And of course, we have a lot lined up for you. But first, let's take a look at the highlights. Progress in doctors' pay dispute resolution as judge allows mediation team more time. Police launch a manhunt for 5 remandees who escaped by jumping off from police vehicle in Machakos. And KANU holds National Executive Council meeting to decide who to support for presidency in August polls. Good afternoon. Our sign language interpreter is William Sila and I am Akisa Wandera. Mediators in the ongoing doctors' pay dispute have been given 7 more days to continue with negotiation talks. The Court of Appeal granted the Law Society of Kenya and the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights the extra time after the parties failed to reach a consensus. Appearing before a 3-judge bench led by Lady Justice Hannah Okwengu, the mediators reported progress in the talks but said outstanding issues are still pending.
We therefore give orders for this matter to be mentioned again on the 2nd March 2017 with liberty for the parties to file a report and have an earlier date should an agreement be reached before 2nd March 2017. Orders accordingly.
Our senior reporter, Rita Tinina, will be joining us later on in the program to break down for us that ruling made by the 3-judge bench of the Court of Appeal. Now, the Trade Unions Congress of Kenya is now calling for the disbandment of the Salaries and Remuneration Commission, accusing it of destabilizing trade unions. Addressing the media today, the Secretary General, Wilson Sossion, claimed SRC is the hidden hand that is interfering with doctors and lecturers' dispute negotiations.
We have not signed an industrial relations charter with the government. So any existing industrial relations charter does not apply to us. And we are asking employers, don't use the existing industrial relations charter to apply on our affiliates. Don't. We are not signatories. Our workers have a right to enjoy every privilege, including weekends, free time. And so any unfair labor practice that borders on servitude by using an industrial relations charter that we are not signatory to will be definitely defied. We shall defy that. We are not going to negotiate. This is a very dangerous trend. It's a sorry state. And our observation is that there has been a systematic desire from the other side to undermine the trade unions. Inability to come down and negotiate is a desire to wait for workers who are on strike to burn out. We are telling the lecturers and the staff at the university, members of KUSU and WASU, don't give up, even if you strike forever. Don't. Until the universities and authorities engage you meaningfully. Now we have identified one devil. One devil. There is only one devil to the labor movement in this country. There is only one devil to the labor relations. One. Only one devil. And it is in the Constitution. The Salaries and Remuneration Commission. It has to be eventually be done away with. Salaries and Remuneration Commission has messed up the negotiations.
All right, let's go back to our top story of the hour. Mediators in the ongoing doctors' pay dispute have been given 7 more days to continue with negotiation talks. The Court of Appeal granted the Law Society of Kenya and the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights the extra time after the parties failed to reach a consensus. Appearing before a 3-judge bench led by Lady Justice Hannah Okwengu, the mediators reported progress in the talks but said outstanding issues are still pending. Our senior reporter Rita Tinina attended this particular court session and now joins us live from our city center studios for more updates. Rita, thank you for joining us. I don't know whether you were able to speak to members of LSK and the Kenya National Human Rights Commission. What could be the issues that are still holding them back from brokering a deal between the doctors and the government?
Well, Akisa, throughout it was not, we were not able to speak to the mediators. They have maintained that what is going on, they are bound by secrecy and confidentiality. And in fact, that is one of the issues that came up before the Court of Appeal today. Today is when they were returning to give a progress report. They had been given 7 days last week on Wednesday to go and mediate, lead the mediations. And today they were to return to court and give a progress report. When they gave that progress report, they asked that the court also maintains the secrecy and confidentiality. And eventually the judges then ruled that the document on the progress that had been made, which had been filed in court, should be returned to the mediators just in case some information leaked. Then the court will not be blamed. The mediators failed to meet the initial deadline. Last week, they were given 7 days. It was the first time on Wednesday last week that the parties in this dispute were appearing before the Court of Appeal. The Court of Appeal gave several directives. One of them was the release of the union officials, 7 union officials who had been jailed and who had spent 2 nights in custody. The Court of Appeal then directed that they be released pending the hearing and determination of the case. And the second directive was for the LSK and the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights to lead these mediation efforts. And so today they have been given a further 7 days. The mediators asked for those 7 days. The Council of Governors, which was the party that went to court in the first place, asked for 2 days. Stretching it too much would go for 2 days. They say this has been postponed over and over again at the Employment and Labor Relations Court, where this case was initially. Before the union officials appealed at the Court of Appeal, they also had been given extra time. The case being pushed forward 3 times to allow for negotiations. That now has come to the Court of Appeal. The second time that the parties are failing to reach a consensus. The talks in this process have collapsed several times. On Tuesday this week, we got communication from the Law Society of Kenya and the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights indicating that the talks had taken a recess and were scheduled to resume this afternoon after the morning court session. So we are waiting to see whether those talks will indeed resume this afternoon. Akisa.
Right. Earlier on during the week, there's a post that Director of Communications on PSU, Dennis Itumbi, made that seemingly angered doctors. Rita, this is a story you've been following up for a while, and it was said that this deterred more talks from happening. What, according to you, is this something that could hold water?
Yes, in fact, Akisa, the doctors were very annoyed. They say, you know, we are engaging in talks here, trying to resolve the issues. And what we are agreeing here, even we are bound by confidentiality and secrecy. And there is some information which they said was misleading information. It was not the true picture of what was going on in the negotiations. And that is one fact that may have derailed the talks. The mediators saying they had taken a recess by the doctors who were very angered by that post, seemingly taking time off the negotiations, maybe perhaps following those actions by Dennis Itumbi just to display their anger at that post. Akisa.
In the next 7 days, of course, we are expecting intense negotiations, but are they confident that they would have reached a deal by then?
Well, there is no telling if they will have reached a consensus or not. Last week, they gave their word that they were going to have negotiated and come back with a progress report. That did not happen. This was the case even with Francis Atwoli. I remember going back to the Employment and Labor Relations Court, and he intervened and said, COTU, the Central Organization of Trade Unions, will take this up. He appeared in court and gave an assurance to the court that in 1 week, I will have managed this, I will come up with a solution. In that 1 week, he had failed, and he said, you know, if something has failed, the Central Organization of Trade Unions, if I have intervened into something and I have failed as Francis Atwoli, there is more to this. It is not a normal strike. So we'll wait and see whether this time around the LSK and the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights will manage to solve this. But it is also being complicated by the fact that the CBA, which is the basis of this doctor's strike, now in its 81st day, was trashed yesterday as illegal. The legality of this document also part of the case, the contempt of court case facing the doctors' union officials. But yesterday, the Ministry of Health, the SRC, the Public Service Commission, which are all parties in this dispute and which have been engaging the doctors' union officials, saying that this document is illegal. As far as the government was saying, see, we have the goodwill to engage in negotiations. This document, we cannot rely on it. The SRC saying that, in fact, they informed the doctors' union officials that the document was not legal during a meeting last year. And they said they indicated to the officials that they were willing to negotiate, start from scratch. They agreed that there were issues that were outstanding, issues that need to be addressed when it comes to the doctors, but they said they couldn't be addressed through this CBA. They have said they have tried to come up with a recognition agreement, but the doctors will not budge. They insist they have to, the 2013 collective bargaining agreement has to be implemented. Back to you, Akisa. I seem to have lost you.
Rita, thank you. Our senior reporter there, Rita Tinina, with details of the court ruling made earlier on today with regard to the doctor's strike that enters day 81 today. But away from that, police in Garissa are investigating the murder of 3 men at a local hotel. One of the people who escaped death narrowly is currently admitted at the Garissa County Referral Hospital. The 3 are local residents and workers at the hotel were attacked by an unknown number of people at around 3 a.m. in their sleep. Police released the names of the 3 who are in their early 30s as Kasim Rashid, a watchman, Abdisalan Ibrahim, and Salat Salah, both waiters at the hotel. It is still unclear how the killers managed to gain access into the hotel that is enclosed in a perimeter wall.
By the timing, that makes out around 5. Wale wanachinja.
Leo asubuhi kumetokea kisa ambapo vijana watatu ambao wote ni wafanyikazi wa hoteli moja hapa Garissa Town inaitwa Class walipatikana wameuawa. Usalama huko wa kutosha, na tutahakikisha kwamba maofisa wetu wako kila pembe ya tauni hii kuhakikisha tunapeana usalama kwa watu wetu. Yule ambaye aliweza kutenda kitendo hiki lazima alijificha, akakosa kupitia kwa mtengo wetu wa kiusalama, lakini tunaamini kwa juhudi za Mwenyezi Mungu ya kwamba tutatia bidii.
Let's now take a short break. Don't go too far. This is KTN Newsdesk.
Be your own boss. You've experienced the summits, you have learned to earn, and now, are you ready for Kenya's biggest TV show? Coming to your screens, Blaze, Be Your Own Boss brings you 12 of Kenya's brightest and most ambitious young people to find out who will be the last boss standing. Meet the contestants, listen to their ideas, watch them as they take part in the most grueling business tasks with some of the biggest names in Kenyan business. Experience their journey as they develop their business ideas. And finally, witness them seek to win funding for their businesses and mentorship. Blaze, Be Your Own Boss.
Early morning game drives are indeed not for the faint-hearted.
Away from the fiscal stability report,
goes for at least 600,000 shillings.
I think I just found my royalty here.
Society, economy and psyche.
Meeting key industry players.
Money.
Kenyan women spend about 8.6 billion shillings on hair and beauty annually.
Financial markets.
Mafuta ikipanda tunajua chakula itaenda juu.
Economy, the jua kali sector.
Infrastructure.
Agribusiness.
Tax policies.
Technology.
Tourism.
Mining.
This is Business Today.
Every Monday to Friday.
At 2 p.m.
on KTN News.
What can a story do? A story can be born. Sometimes a story can cry.
Watuletee mwili ya mtoto wetu.
Our forces are ready to do their duty.
Or even pray. A story can also laugh. And at other times, it can run.
What a finish! Chad Kamoy from Caribbean Coast.
It has happened each and every year since 1991.
Ice hockey and ice skating may be one of the sports that are not popular in the country.
A story can read too.
Watahiniwa 5,101 wamefutiwa matokeo ya mitihani yao ya KCSE.
Na iwapo wanafunzi watakuwa kwa shule wiki ijayo au walimu wataanza mgomo.
Yet in other times, a story can influence. A story can dream.
This is my mother. She has been my mentor since I was born.
When it comes to it, a story can count.
The negotiations between Uganda and Kenya regarding the pipeline deal have been moved by another 2 weeks.
An indication of the fast-growing demand in the country.
And at that life-changing moment, a story can stop time. Get the whole story, 24 hours a day, only on KTN News.
Welcome back. You are watching KTN Newsdesk. Many thanks for staying with us. KANU is currently holding a National Executive Council meeting in Nakuru to decide which way it will go in the coming general election. The party last week failed to declare which presidential candidate the party would support in the August polls. Those attending the meeting in Nakuru include the party national chairman Gideon Moi and party secretary general Nick Salat. Well, that meeting is still ongoing in Nakuru, and we'll definitely be bringing you more details as that particular story continues to develop. And still on matters politics, ODM leader Raila Odinga is at this hour receiving several leaders from Kajiado and West Pokot counties who have defected from Jubilee. The event is taking place at the ODM headquarters here in Nairobi, and our reporter Patrick Amimo is currently following up this at the Orange House and joins us live. Very good afternoon to you, Patrick. This is quite a harvest for ODM leaders, but who and who are defecting from Jubilee to ODM?
Thank you, Akisa. Indeed, the Orange Democratic Party leader Raila Odinga is meeting several delegations here. There are 3 delegations, one from Kwale, another one is from Kajiado, and the third delegation is from West Pokot. Currently, the ODM party leader has been meeting a delegation from Kwale. This is a county that lost ODM Senator Boy Juma Boy, and the family had suggested that the brother Isa Juma Boy succeeds the late brother. And also we have in the Kwale County, there's also another ODM branch has suggested that Dr. Zani's brother, that is Nicholas Zani, should be the senator for Kwale County. So there are two contestants on ODM ticket. That is the late brother for Juma Boy Juma, and that is Isa Juma, and Dr. Agnes Zani's brother Nicholas Zani, who want to contest on that party ticket. So the delegation is here to meet Raila Odinga to square it out and see maybe who will pick that party ticket on when it comes to the senator position. The Kajiado delegation is mainly composed of women who have been supporting Jubilee in the past, but now there's a change of heart. They've decided now to put their support to ODM. And now again, from the same Orange House, we have a delegation from West Pokot, and I'm now joined with their chairperson, Joseph Akule, just to tell us why these delegation from Pokot, why it's felt it very necessary to come to Orange House and meet party leader Raila Odinga. Joseph.
Yes, my name is Joseph Akule. We are here purposely to invite the party leader to visit West Pokot. We know this is the time that most of our people, especially the heavyweights in our county, are leaning towards Jubilee. But now you have come here to assure the Republic of Kenya, particularly the ODM, that West Pokot people, the Pokot people, actually they are looking forward to meet Raila because they have an agenda and they have a message, and I've come here with my delegation to deliver that message, to invite him to West Pokot so that from there he will be able to say, this country will be able to say whether we are whether people at West Pokot are going to Jubilee side or to Court side. Now that we are in a liberation mood, the NASA is actually a liberation mood. And this country, we want to assure the nation that Pokot are not going to be left behind. They are part of the liberation that are going the third development for this country. And that is what we are here.
Thank you so much. Indeed, you just heard it from the chairman of ODM from West Pokot, that is Joseph Akule, bringing his delegation here to have at least a word with the party leader to convince them that the situation on the ground is still stable and there is welcome to the West Pokot County. We know very well that NASA will be having a rally in Eldoret this Saturday where the party leader, ODM party leader, together with other NASA principals will be attending. That is in Wasigishu County, which is the backyard of Deputy President William Ruto, who is who is allied to the Jubilee. So it is a very, very week that is full of political activities across the country. Back to the studio, Akisa.
All right, we've heard from the West Pokot chairman there and their reasons for defecting. I don't know what the Kwale delegation and the other delegation talked about as saying on why they're jumping ship.
For the Kwale delegation, I did indicate that there is after the death of the former Senator Boy Juma Boy made this month, there was a proposal from the family that he should be succeeded by his brother Isa Boy Juma, who has been also contesting, who's been harnessing political ambitions. But at the same time, also we had another proposal from the ODM party in Kwale, which suggested that Dr. Agnes Zani's brother Nicholas Zani should take over. You know, Nicholas Zani contested on a senatorial position in 2013 elections, and he emerged third after he was pipped by Boy Juma and Ali Makwere, who came second, and Nicholas Zani came third during that 2013 polls. So the ODM branch has been of the opinion that Nicholas Zani should take the mantle from the late Boy Juma Boy, but then the late Juma Boy's family thinks that the brother Isa Juma should take the mantle and continue with the battle for ODM in Kwale County, which is said to be one of the strongholds of ODM. That is a matter that the Kwale delegation is trying to square out with the party leader Raila Odinga. Remember, Dr. Agnes Zani is the Secretary General of the party, and maybe given that she's a Secretary General, there could be a feeling that she might have an influence influence when it comes to those nominations and maybe favor her brother. So I think those are some of the issues that the party leader will try to look at to find a solution to the Kwale delegation and see how they will settle these Senate position, whether it is the late Boy Juma Boy's brother Issa will run for it, or it will be the Dr. Zani's brother Nicholas Zani will contest for that particular party ticket in Kwale County when time is due, because I think this time round there will be no by-election in Kwale County because we are just heading to the election. So I think it's preparations to the August 8th polls who will take the senatorial party ticket. As for the Kajiado delegation, it's a delegation led mainly by women from Kajiado, and these women have been supporting Jubilee, but now there's a change of heart and they now feel that they should put their support, they throw their weight behind ODM and as a deal then maybe NASA eventually, because we saw yesterday ODM and CORE now merged into NASA to come up with a joint united front as we head towards the August 8th polls. Akisa?
Patrick, thank you very much for joining us. Our senior